would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say never would have made it, never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, much better. When I look back over all you brought me through, I can see that you were the one I held on to, and I never would have made it. Oh, I never could have made it.
Never could have made it without you.
I would have lost it all. Oh, but now I see how you were there for me. I never
would have made it.
No, I never
Could have made it without you.
I would have lost my mind a long time ago if it had not been for you. I'm stronger,
Stronger,
I'm wiser,
wiser,
now I'm better,
better,
so much better. I made it through my storm and my tests because you were there to carry me through my mess. I'm stronger,
I'm stronger,
I'm wiser,
wiser,
I'm better.
better,
Anybody better? I can stand here and tell you I made it. Anybody out there? You made it. I'm stronger,
I'm stronger,
I'm wiser,
I'm wiser,
I'm better,
better,
much better.
much better.
I made it. I made it. I made it. I made it. Never would have made it. Never could have made it. I would have lost my mind. I would have gave up. But you were right there. You were right there. I never. Oh, I never. Somebody just need to testify to somebody next to him. Tell him, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, much better. When I look back over what he brought me through, I realize I made it because I had you to hold on to. Now I'm stronger. Now I'm wiser. I'm better. So much better. I made it. Is there anybody in this house other than me that could declare you made it? Tell your neighbor, never would have made it. Tell them never could have made it. Oh, I wish I had some help here. I wish I had just 2 or 3 people that would just declare it. Never would have made it. Never could have made it. I just love to encourage myself. Sometimes I just look in the mirror and say, I'm strong, I'm wise, I am better, so much better. When I look back over what he brought me through, I realize I made it because I had you to hold on to. But I never would have made it. I never could have made it without you. Yeah, 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 Lord. Oh, good God Almighty, never would have made it. Never could have made it.
Never could have made it without you.
Sing it one more time. All I need is just one more time. Everybody say with me.
Never would have made it.
Oh, oh, oh.
Never could have made it without you.
Welcome to the new ReBirth. With Billy D. 104.7 WLOV. Where the message is in the music.
I faced a lot of difficult times in my life on this planet. And just as my mother reminded me this morning, she said that you have been through so many difficult situations and you got through them. I remember when 2015, when I thought that I had reached my lowest point. My utilities were shut off. My license was suspended. I couldn't drive my truck. And I thought that that was as low as I could have gotten. I was in the process of losing my home. I remember when I had to pack up all of my stuff in a U-Haul and put it in storage, and my mother allowed me to come back home. I thought that that was my lowest. And a few months later, my father passed away and my whole life changed. I remember after my mother got through her emergency surgery in February of 16, she sat down with me and she said, Billy, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep this house. I can't afford to keep it. What should I do? Now, my son Matthew was in North Carolina, so I knew he wasn't going to come into it. My daughter Crystal had her own obligations with her situation, so I knew she was unable to do it. I had no communication with my daughter Asia, who was in Pennsylvania. My oldest son BJ said he didn't want the responsibilities. So I sat with my mother in the living room and I watched my mother cry. But then my mother stopped crying, and a few moments later and she says, I'm not worried about it because God knows I need him. God knows where my heart is at. God knows that all I have to do is put it in his name and everything is going to be all right. My mother got up from that sick bed and she began to live again. She made the decision to trust God and allow me to come back home and save the family's home. Now I look back on those things and so many dark days that I've gone through in my life. Days when I was homeless. Days when the only option that I had to eat was to climb in a dumpster at the Greensburg Burger King and have a meal. Being homeless on the streets. Sleeping on a park bench. So many different things that I've went through. And with everything that I'm going through now, I would have thought that the things that I'm dealing with now are hard. But I look back on all of the different things that God has allowed me to go through and the way that he has risen me up. I remember a sermon by Pastor Edwin McCrae, he gave a sermon the Sunday after my father died, and I wish that I would have been there because he spoke highly of God needing me. He spoke highly about how I should have dried the tears and just be thankful that God has me around to speak of the blessings that I received from my parents. That is the one sermon that I wish that someone would have taped because I would love to hear it over and over again. But as I sit here today, I'm telling all of you, no matter whatever it is that you're going through, no matter whatever it is that you're dealing with, God knows that you need Him. God knows that you desire Him. God's love for you is better than any man or any woman's love can give you. God's love is more deeper and more faithful to you than the love that you think that you have, the love that you think that your children have for you. Because as we read in the scriptures, your children will grow up and leave and go on their own. Your children will decide that they are an adults. They decide that they can make it, and no matter what you tell them, no matter what you try to show them, they are going to do the things that they are going to do. But unlike the love that God has for all of us, God is with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He sees what you're going through. He knows how He's going to get you through it. So I'm here to tell you right now that when you reach the point in your life to where you just don't know, where you just don't know what you're going to face today. You just don't know where you're going to eat today. You don't know what bill that you're going to be able to pay. You don't know if you're going to keep your job. You don't know if you're going to be able to make your house payment. When you get to that point where you just don't know, that's when God steps in to reassure you that I'm here.
I've heard so many nights. Oh, I cried so many hours trying to make it right. Yeah, trying to make it right, but just didn't have the power. And you ignored all my tears. It hurt me so bad. You wanted them to disappear. I tried to let it go, but I guess you just don't